Hello, this is the dog. I'm from the real desert dog. This is dog, and this is the real desert dog.
Previously on the Desert Dogs.
Well worth the time, and we did everything right this time. We did everything. We all had the same emotional breakdown when we got to a point. We thought that's where we're going to drop down to Beveridge. It sure looked like it on the maps. It sure felt like it. Everything we read about it. Then we found out we got another almost 2,000 feet to go up, and then another 1,700 feet to go down. So that means the next day we had to repeat all that opposite, and that's too tough. But the hike was a great hike. Learned a lot, and it was fun. Ditto.
Long ago, before these giant gray scabs on the earth were built, indigenous people lived here. We know this not just from their continuing presence, but also because throughout the wilderness areas of America, there are priceless treasures that give us a glimpse of the people who once lived, laughed, and loved here. Today, these treasures are at risk. Ancient art is no match to an entire society run by fleeting pleasures.
Addiction to drugs, too often acquired with tragic carelessness, may take control of a life and force actions not dreamed of before. To these addicts, life's only work is to find money for drugs. In their desperation, no means is too foul.
In this episode of the Desert Dogs, we're going to be going to the McCoy Wilderness, and is one of the largest concentrations of petroglyphs in southeastern California. So, if we find it, I'm fairly confident that we will. I don't see why we wouldn't, but if we find it, it's going to be a really awesome sight.
No, because like some people will say we should never talk about petroglyphs. Yeah, the reason people go and they do that is because it's either greed or just, and the way that we're trying to fight that is share knowledge. The compromise is that obviously we're not going to say exactly where things are. We're just going to be kind of vague.
Well, if you're coming here specifically to try to steal those for tweak money, then we hope we find you so that you can go to jail for a long time, because it's a felony. And to just go out of your way to up really ancient stuff that people did a lot of sacrifice for, it kind of is like a slap in your own face. Those are humans too, just like you, and they had and if they had a lot to do with you being alive anyway, you know what I mean? So it's like, why would you except glorify it and love it?
The road was hard to find, and that's a good thing. That means it is better able to be preserved.
Anyway, we just stopped. And
He's gonna take the ball off?
Yeah, that'd be nice. That might be a good idea.
You cool, Boo?
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go.
We've been going through a lot of
You're gonna go drain your vein.
washes, so the ball of the truck on the tail has been hitting a lot. So Dustin's gonna take it off.
Later that night, we found the wilderness boundary.
We are a little bit past the wilderness boundary now, and we haven't found any fire pits, so we're just gonna make one right now. We're starting off, we're building a little bit of a pit.
Man.
We are all that is man. Nah, just throw in the cooler for now.
Dustin brought this giant devil's pitchfork, and we're making bratwurst. Just right over the flame. So we got like, check this out. See, Dustin's a genius, dude. Dustin's a genius. He's the one who thinks of cool like this. So we got these giant, you know, hot dog buns. And we got hot mustard, sauerkraut, which I completely despise, but they all like it. That's fine. I'll deal with it. But and then Dustin thought it would be a good idea to take just straight up whole long pickles and throw it in your hot dog with the mustard and eat it like that, which is definitely gonna be, I think that'll be pretty good. Yeah. But you guys, the sauerkraut is all you. I can't stand that stuff.
So the kraut, was it like how you remembered it in the Navy?
No. It wasn't super intense, disgusting smell. But then again, I mean, we're talking about 1997, you know what I mean? Yeah. Back then, I didn't even like avocado. Like my whole way of tasting, it was different. But now I'm like really open to a lot of food, so. It was fine. Not bad at all. Got a little sausage for breakfast. Check this out. I love this thing, dude. It's a frying pan slash whatever. So you can make soup in this thing. This is a standard military issue.
Here's a little bit of desert information. What are you doing, Ben?
Well, we just got done cooking bacon in this. So the grease, you know, obviously burnt the crap in it. So put a bunch of rocks and some water, and you can use them to squish it around and break all the stuff off of it. Well, Dustin suggested this, so we're gonna see if it's gonna work. I think it'll work. Kind of cool water.
All right, we're gonna begin our hike right now.
Oh, let's go on a hike somewhere. Really far. Oh, you don't need much gear. The help whistle, look. Built into the backpack. Help! Built into the backpack. This technology amazing.
Unlike the past few episodes, today's hike was long, but it was over flat land, and so it was not nearly as taxing. But of course, a few things did go wrong.
Well, we have a backpack malfunction we're trying to figure out.
Oh.
We're at a fork in the road.
Alright. Hey, rest on his back real quick.
Stupid. Alright, ready? How does that feel? Feels good.
We're being a bitch and carry it, man.
Hold on and shut up.
Look at that was good. Now it's all stretched out.
Oh, we're gonna try something here.
That's awesome.
Hold on.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, Doc.
That won't hurt. You wanna leave it like that? Alright, tell me when you're ready to change it.
He's ready.
The tent headband. That's awesome.
Tent band.
What's the matter, Boo? You starting to feel it? Yeah, I might have to help you out tomorrow.
These two idiots are literally having a conversation next to each other on microphones, walkie-talkies. They're literally 5 feet away from each other, talking on 45-mile range walkie-talkies.
It took many hours, but we finally reached our destination, which was fenced off partly by the BLM.
Captain's log, star date 71319. We have conquered this mountain and laid waste to the alien Borg. So far, we're on our way back. Captain out.
Alright, well, we came across this fenced off area. I'm gonna guess that this is where we gotta be. So, I mean, a lot of other people have been talking about this fenced off area, so it's gotta be it. We made it. Finally, we were successful at a hike.
So we've arrived at Corn Mountain. And we have this aluminum fence here that says your tax dollars at work. Somebody's carved it in there.
There's something about this place, which the artists, the people that carved into these rocks, they must have felt really akin to this place. It's weird because there's just so many petroglyphs everywhere. What does it mean? I mean, for maybe, like, to me right now in the 21st century, it looks like a key. Now, one thing I do recognize are these dumbbell shapes. Usually that means a meeting place.
There really wasn't any rain in the forecast, so we took a chance and camped down in a wash. This is usually not a good idea, but we made ourselves comfortable among the rocks, built a fire, and did our usual fireside chats.
I was a Navy SEAL. I wouldn't think twice about popping you in the forehead. Why wasn't Bin Laden indicted? No one questions the government anymore.
As the sun went down, we noticed the wash literally come to life.
I don't know, I never thought about it, but this is actually like, there's a lot of organisms just running around right now. We're just being covered in spiders. We're not being covered in spiders, but there's a lot of spiders around here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of crazy bugs all over this place. So it's kind of weird to be camping in it, but at the same time it's kind of cool because we're like witnessing a really successful ecosystem. Go.
What are you looking for?
Alright, anyways, this is a wolf spider. This type of spider, unlike any ordinary spider, most of them spin webs, but wolf spiders are more of the type of spiders that like to run around and find anything they can. Right now, we just caught him right here, and as you can see, there's also a daddy longleg right here too. We caught him. He was right here in this substrate, and there was a moth nearby. Now the moth landed, and it landed on the ground for about 1 second before the wolf spider just snatched it, injected it, and that was the end of that moth.
Oh, it's one of those. It's a true daddy longleg.
Oh yeah, that's the real daddy longleg. Yeah, these
That's awesome because it just you know daddy longlegs, the one that we're used to. They have kind of long bodies. This one's just a big ball with no. They don't really have any other abdomen or anything.
This is actually the real daddy longleg, and it is a female. It's a female because males have something called pedipalps, and basically what that is it's the male mating organ, and she doesn't have any, so it is a female.
Sweet.
Suddenly, it got very quiet and very dark.
So, we were having a fantastic time camping out in this wash, but Dustin was very attentive to the weather, and he noticed that we suddenly become covered in cloud cover. And I also, once he pointed that out, I noticed the wind kicked up a little bit, which obviously points to, if you ever know anything about weather, it points to a storm possibly coming, which means rain and lightning and...
Tim, shut up. Go, dude.
Where are we going?
We gotta get out of this wash.
Even though it wasn't raining where we were, if it rained on the mountains next to us, gravity could very easily lend us a dire situation. It was, of course, a pain to pack up what we had after we were already settled. But being that we were in the wilderness, we didn't want to take any more chances than were absolutely necessary in order to meet our objective. We woke up safe, and more importantly, dry. The hike back was no picnic. Boo was already pretty exhausted from the previous hike.
Well, Boo basically just couldn't walk anymore, so to alleviate that. This is our solution. What's up? I'm Andrew Perry. Let's try and keep it reasonable out there. Pretty cool. Yeah.
Running just at the side top channel monitor, so we can run 8 cameras. We got 8 cameras hooked up. Amplified microphones, infrared lights. You can actually control them with a remote control. So you can actually make them go left and right, up and down.
Yeah.
We have videotaped apparitions. We have photographed apparitions.
These are real men. And real men buy real desert gear.